Welcome back, grasshoppers. Time for another workout. Hopefully you're not going too stir crazy at home. So, Mrs. Queen Bean and I shall run you through another workout. Hopefully this is keeping you entertained. Cinnamon? So, we are going to start off with numbers 1 through 11, give you a quick recap, and then mix them up in the order so that you can just flow a little bit with the actual numbers. 1 is the jab, 2, jab cross, 3, jab cross hook, 4, jab cross hook cross, 5 will be 2, lead uppercut and a cross hook. Boom, 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 boom. 6, cross hook cross. 7, hook cross hook. 8, rear uppercut, hook cross. 9, lead uppercut, cross hook. Boom. We also have 10, which is cross hook and rear uppercut. 11, hook cross, lead uppercut. Boom. So those are the numbers 1 through 11. Those come from head Sensei Bas Rutten. He's the first martial artist that I come across that actually numbered combinations. We had Customado who numbered individual punches, but Sensei Bas Rutten is one that brought the numbers together and organized them in little chunks. So we continue that path of lineage and making sure that we keep the numbers going. And that is numbers 1 through 11 in order. Now what we're going to do is just do a round of mixed order with those. And we don't have to stick to just the numbers either. I mean, I can call hook cross for her, hook cross, and cross hook. Whatever 2-punch combos you want. Obviously, there's double jabs, you double. Good, we have 2. But make sure you're mixing it up, and don't forget about visual cues either. It doesn't always have to be a number called each and every time. So I don't have to say 1 or jab for her to hit the jab. I can just pick it up or boom, double. Make sure you're still keeping basic commands going as well, right? But again, the numbers in mixed order. 4, and we're gonna be somewhat stationary. Move around a little bit for now. 2. Some motion. Yep. Boom. Here we go. 2. Boom. 5. Shot number 3. Boom. And for some of you that may be training with your girl and who doesn't maybe hold that well yet, just go light. Go slow. The slower you go, the more time you'll have to focus on the technique anyway. So make sure you're taking your time. You can do some hard shadow boxing if you need to. It's probably a good idea actually to do some hard shadow boxing, but you're training with a girl who might not be holding so well. I mean, my girl holds well and hits well, but maybe your partner, whoever's at home with you, doesn't hold that well. Go slow through the numbers. Again, I gave you 1 through 11, but you just do the basic numbers of 2, 3, and 4. So just mix those up. I didn't even call 1, but there you go. There's the 1. Keep it basic. Keep it simple. But for some of you that think you're ninja, what you can do is add counters. So if I call 3 from a girl, and you can throw back either side, but we're going to follow the path of I'm going to attack back the same side that she just finished the combination with. So I just called 3, she finished with the left hand. I'm going to throw my right hand back, she'll block it, come back with hook cross. So you can add counters as well if you like, right? And you don't have to sit there, wait for the counter. I'm getting way off topic of what I was originally going to show here, but we can do rolls and slips too. So let's go 2 roll, come back with 2 pieces, or 3 slip. So we have some head motion, 3 slip, 3, slip, 3. I don't know, 3, slip. Okay, there's hiccups, sure, mama. So sometimes there's hiccups, either way, it's okay. But the original idea was to do numbers 1 through 11, give a recap, and then also give you actually a little heads up on what they were, and then mix up the order. So a little bit off topic with counters and stuff to touch base on some people that might be higher level, and if you have a more of a beginner level, then go slow and just work numbers 1 through 4, okay? But again, the ADD is back in check. We're gonna do numbers 1 through 11, mix up the order, okay? 4. You wanna work 3 again? I did 4, go 4. See, I just messed up the combination. 3, jab cross, hook. There you go, mama. 3 slip. Very nice. 2 roll. Very nice. 2 roll, slip. You can call things together and blend them together as well, even though I just said be basic, right? Whew, see how the mind takes off? So, also again, the visual cues up cross, boom, or if you want, 9. Nice, 8. Nice, 6. 7. Very nice. 2. Double. Boom. 3. Boom. 4. There were numbers 1 through 11, and we went in order, then mixed up the order, and then talked about some counters and basic level as well. So play with that however you want. What we're going to get into now is we're going to review that check hook footwork. So mama, hey, we're going to go for ortho. That's fine. So remember, I want you to be able to have balance and rhythm and being able to shift and rock your weight. So with this comes your fakes and such. So I mean, for beginner level, you shouldn't be faking anything. You should still be working on just the basics. But if you think you're ninja and you need a little bit of Bruce Lee in there, go ahead and do that. Who didn't want to be Bruce Lee when they were younger? Still to today, right? So anyway, weight of the body when the ball's at the feet, and you're just rocking your weight, making sure you're ready to go. And this is the same footwork of shifting your weight for the check hook. Boom. Just lead foot out, rear foot swings behind you, and then you can just step back through and reset to your weight. So we got a couple check hooks again, mama. Boom. There we go. So I like to make sure you can rock your weight. You can use that as your fakes, your feints, and then start working that for your check hook, because the check hook is actually, mama, will you face me? The check hook is actually the counter to the counter. The number one punch thrown in MMA is the jab. So she throws the jab, boom. Number one punch thrown. So you should be able to throw the punch and defend that punch. Also, you should be able to counter the punch. You should also be able to set people up with the punch. So the check hook is actually a counter to the counter. She's slowly throwing the jab. She's throwing the jab, and since that's the number one punch thrown, a lot of times people like to counter that with the overhand. And since that's pretty much the most common counter to the jab, I want to make sure we know how to do that, but we also know how to defend that. So wait for her to defend that from her letting me counter her jab is to just bait the jab. Just throw it nice and soft and light, but we're just going to be out of there. So the check hook, footwork, I think that's the bait. You're going to be pulling out of the range of the overhand. So if she touches the jab, I go to counter, she's out of the way. That's the theory, because all your punches, they go right in here. So all my wife has to do is get out of the way of the overhand. Check hook, boom. So that's all she has to do is get out of the way. And give me something to attack. She's giving me the jab to counter. And I'm out of the way. So, but she's actually countering the counter. Just want to break down a little bit of the importance of the check hook and what that's about. She's setting me up, and that first starts with the footwork and being able to control the range and bait them. So when she's rocking her weight, she's setting me up for the check hook. Beautiful, good job, mama. And she's obviously been doing this for a while. So if some of you are new at this, again, rock your weight, get centered, be able to move it forward and backward, and then start pushing that lead foot out, having the rear foot karaoke behind you. Do another one. Do a couple karaoke around. Boom, sorry. Okay, you're good. Boom. So make sure you are comfortable with that. And that first push, that's the fake of your jab. And then you're pulling out of the way of their overhand. So that's what's going on. So it can't be too much of a heavy push, because if I'm heavy here, she has more time to counter me with the overhand. So I want to just bait that and then get out of the way. So again, making sure you guys understand the timing of that. So, because we want to go over the check hook again. I'm going to have my wife hit the check hook, finishing off the cross. Now this is a beautiful angle for her. She can throw whatever she wants at me. What I'm going to have her do, what we did 2 days ago, was the check hook, cross, uppercut. We put it into the 11, which is hook, cross, up. Then we added the 8. But this time we're going to put a pause in the rhythm. She threw the check hook, cross. She's going to pause, reload that right hand, and then come back, cross hook, and go body kick. So we're going to put a break in the rhythm. Rather than hitting the check hook 11 right into the 8, anything else, and keep it in the same rhythm and pattern, we're going to break up the timing, okay? She's changing up the dance. She's gonna put it on her terms. So she's gonna hit the check hook, get out of the way, reload, cross hook, and then body kick. That's one thing that I got from Coach Nick Hemmers when he came to the seminar here at the headquarters. He's done a couple seminars, but one thing that they're big on in Holland, and specifically in Hemmers gym, is are pauses, breaks in the rhythm to regenerate your power, to refocus, and just change the rhythm of your opponent. It's exactly how TJ Dillashaw was able to stop Cody Garbrandt in the first fight, because the first round was just chaos. Now all I asked TJ to do was start kicking, just single power shots, because that broke and changed up the rhythm, so they were able to capitalize off of that. But my point with that is, learn to put pauses in your combination. Even on something simple as the jab cross. Go jab cross for me, mama. Boom, boom. Now, if she goes jab, pause, and cross, that really changes the rhythm for me. Because she hits me with 2, hit me with 2, boom, 2 again, one more time. I'm used to that rhythm, so now I can slip and move out of the way of those punches. She'll throw a quick 2, and I slip them, boom. Well, now what if she jabs, pauses, and then punches me, breaks the rhythm, and it's harder for me to follow along. So that's the importance of changing your rhythm. It gives you a half second to analyze what's happening, but during that pause, you're not just hanging out. You're staying mentally alert and being aware of your sixth sense, okay, your awareness. So talking about some high-level stuff for those of you that spar and fight and compete, you know what I'm talking about. Whether you're sparring, fighting, or you're a newer student, this is still just a good idea for you to check hook, even though check hook's a pretty advanced technique. Check hook for me, mama. It's good, just take a pause, resend your weight, and then attack again. So that's high level, but it's also basic. So make sure you're doing both things for the top level fighters and also the beginning people. Put pauses in a rhythm, boom, boom, just to recenter and make sure you feel good. And then, oh, what are we throwing? Oh yeah, cross hook and then the body kick. So just giving yourself a little reminder as well, which is something I need to do when I film and talk because I always go so fast. Anyway, so we went on the jet hook, we reloaded it with the cross hook and the body kick. What we call that in the BMT system is the plant. Plant is to have the power set come back and then cross hook and then the body kick, okay? So we checked it into a plant, cross hook, and a body kick. Now what we're gonna go over is Sensei Bas Rutten's number 3 favorite combination of his top 10, okay? Now this one, I specifically remember him doing to me multiple times, so it's kind of funny for us to rehearse this before we started filming and have flashbacks of Bas punching me in the face. Thank you, Sensei. Continuing to share the lineage now. His number 3 favorite combination, and I asked him for his top 10 combinations, and he didn't give them to me in order of his most favorite combination. He just gave me a list of 10. Maybe I should ask him to put them in order, but I'm sure he has enough things going on like we all do. But this was the number 3 of the list that he sent me. And what he's looking to do, come here. What he's looking to do is, again, I'm gonna go alley jab, boom, right here.
Oh,
so, okay, alley jab, just go right there, and just dipping the head, because that's the selling factor. So all I have to do now is just dip, come back over for the right hand. Okay, so from the top, alley jab, fake, overhand. Let's go, mama, alley jab, dip, overhand, or cross. Beautiful, there we go. So that's his number 3 combination of his top 10. Now, one thing during these crazy times to think about with all this, guys, is that God did not give us a spirit of fear,
but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
So keep them 20s clean, grasshoppers. Make sure that we're good, we're healthy, we're happy, and we're enjoying this journey and taking care of one another. Whoops.